What does wealth even mean in a Bitcoin world? We all think we know what wealth is: a big house, a luxury car, maybe a fat bank account that keeps growing with interest. But have you ever stopped to really ask yourself, what does wealth actually mean? For thousands of years, wealth has been defined by whatever society chose to measure it with: gold, land, cattle, paper money, and now digital numbers in a bank's database. But in a Bitcoin world, the meaning of wealth shifts in ways most people can't even imagine. Think about this. If the foundation of money itself changes, then everything built on top of it changes too. Your definition of wealth, security, even freedom, suddenly gets rewritten. We've been programmed to think wealth means accumulation, more stuff, more status symbols, more zeros on a screen. But Bitcoin forces us to confront a deeper truth. Wealth isn't just about what you have. It's about what you can't have taken away. In our current system, your so-called wealth can vanish overnight: a market crash, a government seizure, inflation eating away at your savings. It's like building your fortune on quicksand. You think it's stable until one day it's gone. But in a Bitcoin world, wealth starts to mean something different. It's no longer about fragile possessions that others control. It's about sovereignty, the ability to store your life's energy in a form that no one can dilute, censor, or confiscate. Ask yourself this: would you rather have $1 billion that can be frozen, inflated, or taxed away without your consent, or a smaller fortune that nobody on earth can touch unless you allow it? Which is the real wealth? History shows us this pattern again and again. Civilizations rise and fall, currencies come and go, but the definition of wealth always bends to the structure of money. When gold was money, wealth meant land and treasure. When fiat was money, wealth meant financial assets. Now, with Bitcoin, wealth may come to mean something else entirely. Imagine a world where your savings don't decay over time, where you can pass value across generations without middlemen draining it, where your wealth lives in your mind, protected by nothing more than 12 simple words. That's not just money. That's freedom crystallized into code. And here's where it gets even deeper. When wealth can't be stolen through inflation, when governments can't endlessly print to prop up failing systems, the game of life itself changes. Think of how many people today spend their lives chasing money, working endless hours not to build wealth, but just to outrun the silent theft of inflation. In a Bitcoin world, that treadmill slows down. People might finally be free to ask, not how do I survive, but what do I want to create? This is where the philosophical side comes in, because wealth isn't just about accumulation, it's about time. The truest form of wealth is having control over your own time. And Bitcoin, for the first time in history, allows money to store time without leaking. Every dollar you hold today is melting ice. Every hour you save in fiat is slipping through your fingers. But with Bitcoin, your work, your time, your sacrifice can actually be preserved. That changes the entire human equation. It flips the meaning of wealth from spending power to time power. The wealthy in a Bitcoin world won't just be the ones who own the most coins. They'll be the ones who have reclaimed the most time to live life on their own terms. And here's the hidden layer almost nobody talks about. When time becomes wealth, society itself starts to reorganize. Entire industries built on exploiting inflation, debt, and financial engineering begin to crumble. And in their place, something new rises. In the past, wealth was guarded with armies, vaults, and contracts. In a Bitcoin world, wealth is protected by math, by open source code and decentralized consensus. That doesn't just change money, it changes trust. Because now trust doesn't flow upward to governments and banks. It flows outward, peer to peer, person to person. Wealth is no longer permissioned. It's earned, held, and transmitted freely, with no gatekeepers. But here's the paradox. When wealth becomes truly secure, people may actually desire less of it. Why? Because when you know your savings will hold value, the desperate need to endlessly chase more begins to fade. Think about that. For the first time, wealth might not be about having more than others, but about having enough and knowing it won't be stolen from you. That's a radical shift in human psychology. And yet, we are still so early. Most of the world is stuck in the old mindset, confusing wealth with consumption, status, or paper numbers. But those who understand this shift now, those who see Bitcoin not just as an asset, but as a new definition of wealth, they will be the ones shaping the future. We're at the edge of a civilization-wide redefinition. Just like the Renaissance changed art and knowledge, just like the Industrial Revolution changed work and progress, the Bitcoin revolution is changing money, wealth, and time itself. So the question isn't just, what does wealth mean in a Bitcoin world? The real question is, what will you do once the old definition collapses? Because sooner or later, the world will wake up. The dollar, the euro, the yen, all will erode, and people will realize that wealth is no longer what's in their bank account, but what's in their keys, their minds, their ability to control their own future. That's the hidden knowledge no one's telling you. Wealth is shifting from numbers to sovereignty, from consumption to freedom, from materialism to time itself. And if you understand this now, you're ahead of 99% of the world, not just financially, but philosophically, because you're not just stacking sats, you're stacking freedom, stacking time, stacking a life no one can steal. So I'll ask you one last time, what does wealth even mean in a Bitcoin world? It's not the car in your driveway. It's not the digits on your paycheck. It's not even the house you live in. Wealth in a Bitcoin world is the peace of knowing your time is safe, your energy is preserved, and your future belongs only to you. This is the knowledge the elites don't want you to see, because once you understand it, you stop playing their game. You stop running on the hamster wheel of inflation. You step off and you reclaim your time. And that is real wealth. If this message resonated with you, if you want more hidden knowledge like this that you won't find anywhere else, then make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who still thinks wealth means a paycheck or a luxury car. Because the truth is spreading, slowly at first, then all at once. And when the world finally wakes up to what wealth really means in a Bitcoin world, you'll be glad you were here first.